2025 season for the Atlanta Falcons is expected to be another good year. Well, at least that's what we're hoping. This is your boy, man, Mike, coming at you guys with yet another Atlanta Falcons video. And this is the guys that are bouncing back, all right? The three players for me that I expect to bounce back in grand fashion. Well, probably not grand fashion, but bounce back nonetheless. Young Wade Koo is the first guy. So when you look at Young Wade Koo, man, he's been one of the best kickers in Atlanta Falcons history. He's had several games where he's been the sole source of offense as far as scoring is concerned, and he's been a model of consistencies. You look at the 50-yard kicks, he's one of those kickers that if it's 45 and 50 and up, you know, he's damn near automatic. But last year with his hip injury, a lot of people were kind of left upset. You know, it was quite a few games where the Atlanta Falcons just needed a couple of scores and a field goal, and the season would have turned out a lot better. Young Wade Koo and his injuries, and you bringing in a guy, a young kicker to kind of come in, and I think his name is Craig, a young kicker that's trying to make the team and make an impact with this Atlanta Falcons team. He's going to be competing with Young Wade Koo, but for me, I think this is Young Wade Koo's career at hand right now. He has to show that he, not only the hip injury, you know, is behind him, but is still just as dominant as he's been for the past few years or so. So Young Wade Koo returning back from the injuries, you know, showing his dominance for the most part, reclaiming his dominance as one of the best kickers in Atlanta Falcons history. That's what I'm going to be focused on. The second one, I think everybody can kind of agree to this one. And this is Troy Anderson. You know, you just look at the dude's size. He goes about 6'3", 6'4", 240, 50 pounds. And this dude can absolutely run. He's one of the most athletically gifted guys on this defense. And you bring in a linebackers coach like Jeff Ulbrich, who's able to do, you know, he's had a history of developing linebackers, particularly these guys that could not only attack the defense, but, you know, be a little bit more. They play faster and physical, and I can't believe I just said that, but you want to be faster, you want to be physical, and I thought the last year with the linebacker core, you know, when he was healthy, I thought these guys was a little bit hesitant, but Troy Anderson, you know, he showed what he can do. He's had games where he had 15 tackles, you know, a couple of he had an interception, so the guy can make plays. Troy Anderson can get to the ball. He can, without a doubt, make an impact on the defense side of the ball, but injuries have been the story of his career, and you know, if he wants to continue to be not only with the Atlanta Falcons as a valuable linebacker, he has to show that he can stay healthy. And I think, you know, Troy Anderson, I think this is a guy that poised that having a bounce back season for the Atlanta Falcons in 2025, because like I said, man, I thought he played well for the most part as a backup with Dean Pease in that defense, kind of showcase what he can do. So I'm expecting him to bounce back and put those injuries behind him. So Troy Anderson, and the last one is Honor Ebiketie. Now this is a little bit different for me personally, because the Falcons brought in a lot of edge guys. You brought in James Pierce Jr., you have Leonard Floyd, you drafted Jalen Walker, you have Braylon Trice. You got guys like you got a linebacker for me personally that could quite possibly make some noise if he gets a little bit more time. Probably not a starter, but D'Angelo Malone is another one of those guys. You know, his athleticism, be able to showcase something. But on the Ebiketie, man, I really believe that he has the potential to be a very good edge guy. And kind of have a bounce back season as far as I'm concerned. And why I'm saying this is largely due to the fact that, you know, Honor Ebiketie has been one of those guys that you just look at him and say, all right, can you consistently do it? So I'm expecting Kitty to be a vital part of this edge, guys. So let me know what you guys think about this list. This has been your boy, man, Mike, coming at you guys with another Atlanta Falcons video. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out of here, man. Peace.